Professor Francis Onditi. I'm the Dean School of International Relations and Diplomacy here at Julia University. To begin with, the Master of Arts in International Relations and Diplomacy is a program that is developed on the premise that we really wanted to develop a critical mass of graduates who can be able to steer and manage regional integration. You will notice that most of the international relations programs, they focus mostly on international institutions, but we wanted to create some kind of a middle ground, a program that would give our students skills, but also knowledge to be able to support the reminiscence of African regional integration and also other international organizations. The course, first of all, is established on a new school of thought, and this new school of thought is what we have coined as three-legged middle ground. What the three-legged middle ground means would be a program that focuses students to understanding international system in three ways. One, states, which is traditionally the focus of international relations. Two, region, but also international institutions. That's why we are calling it the three-legged. So the program is developed in a way that would expose students to two things. One, the practical skills of diplomacy, negotiations, mediation, dialogue, and other aspects and tools that are used by diplomats to resolve conflict. But on the other side, it gives students the knowledge and grounding on matters regional integration so that they can understand the intricacies of regional integration, but also try to provide solutions both at state level, at regional level, and also at international level. So we've also designed the program so that it can assist the students to develop skills in what we call design thinking. Design thinking is imparting skills in students to identify social problems and try to see how to provide solutions to those problems through a vigorous process that would involve identification of organizations that require such kind of solutions and working with those organizations to develop what we call prototype solutions. And so it's empowering students, but with the skills, but also the knowledge of regional integration within the broader spectrum of international system. The market for this program is very specific. Our intention is to create a critical mass of graduates and professionals who have the diplomatic skills. And so you'll find a majority of our graduates would be ready to work with regional organizations, as it were. We are talking about East African Community, we are talking about SADC, we're talking about ECOWAS, and many other regional organizations and international institutions that would need such kind of skills. And so our graduates would also find a space in international organizations that would want to apply, design thinking in providing solutions to much of the challenges that are facing the world today. The school of thought that we are trying to introduce, what we are calling the three-legged middle ground, is established as a unique thought process. Initially, what we have in the market in international relations is what we call the Kandian school of thought. This is a school of thought that has guided international relations academies for a long time, where the focus is on stakes and how liberal values can be used to solve problems of the world or in the global system. But we've argued that over the years, the nature and character of conflicts and dynamics in the global system has tremendously changed. It's no longer the case 30 years or 50 years ago. And so we are seeing a case where we've got more and more intra-conflicts in our countries, in our region, and in the global system. Of course, with a few happening, for example, in Eastern Europe. And so the three-legged middle ground would be, or brings on board, the three lens, or looking at a global system in three lens at the same time. Our students will have an opportunity to look at the world in the same length, in three ways. The state, as I said, the region, and the international system. And so with that, students are able to provide solutions from that perspective, as opposed to what it used to be, a bit narrow, just providing solutions to the states. And yet there is a tremendous change, a shift from the focus on the state to non-state actors and non-state environments that requires a different game plan. The design challenge that which is a methodology or a pedagogy, if you want, that we are going to use in this course, would be able to provide a direct link between the students and the industry. We have mapped out regional organizations and other international institutions that we are going to work with, including the East African community. And so based on those social capital, or rather partnerships that we have established at Riara University, then our students are able to link up with those organizations. They are able to identify social problems or institutional problems, and those are the problems that that will form the basis of students' projects, thesis, and other learning experimentation, as it were. And so the linkage between the classroom and the industry is one of the strengths that this program prides at. And the main pedagogy that will be driving this is what we call the design thinking, something that has not been tested. It will be the first time. Riara University will be the first university to deploy that skill to students in solving societal problems. The partnership that we have established and those organizations, they will actually form the basis. They will be like the laboratories for our students. They will form the basis for which our students are going to conduct their internship and also industrial attachments. They will also provide a kind of mentorship so that the industry players have the opportunity to guide our students, or to co-guide our students, so that they can be able to help them understand dynamics of labor market, but at the same time understand the problems that are affecting the global system from a practical point of view. We've also established a partnership with research institutions and leading universities across the globe. We intend to use this opportunity to enhance exchange program, for example, between our universities and universities in South Africa, in Europe, and other places where we have established a formal partnership with. So our students, yes, they will be exposed to the world of market, or the world of practice, but also with other colleagues who are based in premier universities across the world. We are in partnership with the University of Johannesburg, where we collaborate on research and other publication endeavors. But in the recent past, we've also developed a working partnership with the National University of Kyiv in Ukraine. You've probably seen our students going through lessons taught by professors from that university in Ukraine. So this kind of partnerships that we continue to build and establish between Riara University and other leading universities will see our students get different perspectives from the global partners and global players. We establish those kind of networks in two ways. One is through the research collaborations that the faculty has with different universities and research institutions. Now, based on that, we can have co-supervision. You could have a supervisor from Riara University co-supervising a student with a professor or a colleague from University of Johannesburg or the National University in Kyiv and other places. So with that kind of collaboration, the students are able to get different perspectives, and it's some kind of a hybrid which enables students to get exposed, and by the time we are releasing them to the labor market, they are very well versed with the global dynamics, and they are ready to tap from the global market opportunities that exist. Riara University, specifically the School of International Relations, we have established what we call the International Advisory Board. It is an academic establishment which helps us to review our curriculum frequently so that we can be able to get acquainted with the market. In that board, it's made up of different, actors, ranging from the industry players, the diplomats, from ambassadors, serving ambassadors, and other people from different organizations who then are able to look at the curriculum vis-a-vis the practice, and they advise the school accordingly. So we intend to tap in that establishment, and moving forward, we even intend to strengthen it even further, and even connecting it to the postgraduate board, that we are establishing at the Riara University that will oversee the postgraduate programs. Two ways this program is going to be a bit unique in the market. One is, of course, the way the program is designed. It's designed in a way that we are going to develop diplomats. These diplomats can work not just in the traditional ministries of foreign affairs, but our graduates will be able to apply their skills in different fields, including hospitality, in business, in regional integration. They can apply the diplomatic skills in those spaces, because the initial, or what exists in the market is, yes, you are graduating as a diplomat, then you are narrowly destined to work either in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, or you have no place in the labor market. But with our program, we tell our students, you've been prepared to apply diplomatic skills in different field of study, or in different disciplines that you want to work in, and that becomes something that Riara University is proud of. The second thing that distinguishes this program from the rest is the kind of configuration that we have established it. Whereas majority of graduates from the international schools of thought, they focus their mind in solving, the interstate conflicts. Our graduates will be lucky because they will be able to even apply the diplomatic skills to solve what we call the low-scale conflicts in organizations. So you'll find aspects of corporate diplomacy, coming out very strongly in our students, who can actually find space in business. They can actually apply their skills in corporate environment, something that has not been happening in the current labor market with the graduates that are coming from different universities that offer this particular course. I want to encourage anybody interested in developing diplomatic skills to be applied in different professions and disciplines to join our master's program, because it will be like no other program in the market that will prepare you to be the diplomat and the negotiator that you would like to be. Most welcome.